O'Neill, and James Houston Martin. All estates are in order.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the states as presented.
Motion to approve this settlement of estates as presented by Mary Ingalls.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, we have exonerations, county splits, and consolidations presented by Joe Darnell, our assessor. Do we have a motion to approve those as presented?
I would make a motion to approve the 5 exonerations presented by our assessor, Joe Darnell.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, financial approvals, Robin Loudermilk, our county clerk, Arts and Rec transfer.
With the following arts and rec transfer from savings to checking, Meadow River Trail, $2,929.80. That's for 24-25 consulting expenses, partial AML reimbursement. Williamsburg Community Action, $2,354.34. That's for 24-25 Williamsburg Community Fair. Library, $7,046.03. It's for 24-25 Lewisburg, Rossford, and Rupert third quarter programming. Greenbrier Central Greenbrier Little League, $910. That's for 24-25 field fertilizer. It's a total of $13,240.17 from savings to checking.
Okay, we have a motion to transfer the $13,240.17 from savings to checking to cover the invoices.
So moved.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I abstain.
Okay, line item transfers,
Budget revisions.
or excuse me, that's budget, let's skip that
We
one.
got 2 budget revisions. First one is increased general account 567 for $648, and that's the deputy sheriff uniform fees payment for March. The second one, we need to increase 401-223 county commission professional services for the AML grant received for $1,117.50, and the TAP grant received for $284,853.78. And this is the grant funds received by the AML grant and TAP grant for the Meadow River Trail. So that total budget revision is $285,971.28. It's all the budget revisions.
Budget revision.
Make a motion to approve the budget revisions as presented.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Line item transfers,
We got 2. The first one is to increase 425-215 other buildings, maintenance and repairs by $3,000, and decrease 425-219 other buildings and equipment and rents by $3,000. The second one is to increase 731-345 community corrections lab fees by $3,000, and decrease 731-223 community corrections professional services by $3,000.
okay, we have a motion to approve the line item transfer.
So moved.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, in front of us, we have the stack of bills for the last couple of weeks. And I'll make a motion that we pay the bills as presented. All 3 commissioners have looked over those and signed off on them. We have a motion, or actually, I made a motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, new business. Consider a proclamation recognizing April 13th through 19th as National Public Safety Telecommunicator Week. And Don, you got something on that? You want to speak on that?
Some of our staff here, sir.
I don't think it's a copy of our proclamation. Can I hand that to her?
So
Carla?
So we have a proclamation here, of course, this week is the Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. And so we have some of our telecommunicators that are here that we appreciate you coming and being here at our meeting. We know you follow along virtually when you all are at your at your stations at work. And so this proclamation, we would like to read aloud and recognize each of you for the great work that you do for Greenbrier County and making sure that our residents are safe, and you are the first point of contact, and that is extremely significant. So whereas the Association of Public Safety Communication Officials, APCO, which each of you all are members of APCO, endorses and recognizes the second full week in April each year as Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. And whereas the Greenbrier County Commission officially adopted and recognizes the job classification of telecommunicator to represent the highly trained and skilled operators at the Greenbrier County E911 Center. Whereas public safety telecommunicators provide the first critical contact for those in need of emergency services. They are the first of the first responders and most ascertain the location, nature, and extent of the emergency. In the midst of a person's crisis and under high pressure, public safety telecommunicators exhibit compassion, empathy, and understanding while maintaining a high degree of professionalism. Whereas Greenbrier County Commission proudly recognizes the dedication and service provided by these men and women. Now therefore be it resolved that the Greenbrier County Commission on this 8th day of April in the year 2025 officially recognize April 13th through 19th, 2025 as National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week in Greenbrier County. And so we thank each one of you. And Carla, I don't know if you want to introduce your team that you have here with you, and let us know how long they've been with you and anything else you'd like to share.
All right. First of all is Brittany. She's been with us almost 5 years. It'll be 5 years, I think, this July, August. Haley Binger. She's been there with me for 8.5 years. Zachary Webb. He's going on almost a year. And
And then we have Dawn.
But
and I just want to say thanks for doing this for us. Without these guys and girls and the ones that couldn't make it today, we wouldn't be 911. So I appreciate everything they do. And I've got a new one starting today, so hopefully he works out. And we've got a great team, and I love them all.
we thank you all
Thank
for
you.
all that you do. And know that it goes unrecognized sometimes, but we all do recognize the significance of the job that you do. And know that sometimes when it goes, when it's not right in the forefront, that means you're doing your job really good. So we do recognize that and appreciate your service.
Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate all you guys. If you hang up there just a minute. Do we have a motion to approve the proclamation?
Make a motion to approve the proclamation as read.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. You guys would come up behind us and sign the proclamation.
Yeah, he wants the bills over. I was gonna say that was worse than there. So hopefully at least.
My double chin
Thank you
wasn't.
all.
That's why you're wearing that sweater. Listen, I'm getting more worried about the hair. I better get the hard time because.
Thank you, Dawn.
You all appreciate it.
And we'll get the, we'll get this signed and we'll get it sealed and get this official one to you.
Let's see, that's happened. No, it's, I Googled it.
Okay, next on our agenda is consider signing proclamation recognizing April as County Government Month. Can you read that?
Sure. Well, I hated to do two proclamations in one meeting, but I know we're gonna have another one at our next meeting. So I wanted to go ahead and do this and make sure that We recognize the significance of our elected officials and those who work within county government here in Greenbrier County and honor them for this month. So it is National County Government Month and April, whereas this is just a resolution proclamation to honor that. And the nation's 3,069 counties serving more than 330 million Americans provide essential services to create healthy, safe, and vibrant communities. And whereas counties fulfill a vast range of responsibilities and deliver services that touch nearly every aspect of our residents' lives. And whereas counties as intergovernmental partners enact local, state, and federal programs to address the needs of all residents. Whereas Greenbrier County takes pride in our responsibility to protect and enhance the health, well-being, and safety of our residents in efficient and cost-effective ways. And whereas each year since 1991, the National Association of Counties has encouraged counties across the country to elevate awareness of county responsibilities, programs, and services. Whereas Greenbrier County, founded in 1778, comprising 1,025 square miles, and including 32,000 residents, as a group of dedicated elected officials who work daily to serve our residents to the best of our abilities while focusing on the future and keeping our historical culture in mind. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Commissioners Rose, Holliday, and Tincher do hereby proclaim April 2025 as National County Government Month and encourage all county officials, employees, schools, and residents to participate in county government celebration activities. Signed this day, April 8th, 2025. And I would make a motion that we approve this proclamation.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. Now, for the next several, we'll have our Region 4 group with Cassie's and Leslie. Is that you with us today? So, number 3 is consider the payment of resolution number 10 for the Greenbrier County PSC 2 Phase 2 Sam Black Water Line Extension. And
Good morning, Commissioners.
Hi, Leslie.
How you doing?
This morning I have for you resolution number 10. This is related to the Greenbrier County Public Service District number 2 for their Phase 2 water line extension project. We have an invoice from the Thrasher Group for $28,184.90, and also an invoice for Lowe and Associates for $1,451.25. For a total amount of their request is $29,636.15.
Okay. Do we have a motion to approve resolution number 10?
I would make that motion.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. And I would just note that the water line project is under construction currently from Sam Black to Clintonville. And as soon as the contractors who have were awarded the bid to begin from Charmco to Raynell, as soon as they get off the project they're on, they will come and begin that section as well. So the sections will be going simultaneously through the summer. So we look forward to getting that project going and the work that's already being done continue, and hope that we can get a lot accomplished with some good weather here this summer.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that live in that area are anxious to see this project through and completed, because a lot of them have trouble getting water or good quality water, valuable water. So all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. Consideration of a payment of resolution number 12 for Route 60 East Sewer Project, White Sulphur Springs 10th project. And who has that one? Cassie or Leslie, either one of y'all want to speak on that resolution 12?
Cassie's muted.
Yeah, Kathy, I think you're moving.
talking to you guys, but y'all obviously couldn't hear me. Good morning. As noted, resolution number 12 for the Route 60 East Sewer System Replacement Project includes pay estimate number 9 for the construction contractor Veerco, the amount of $162,303.15, as well as invoice number 12 from E.L. Robinson totaling $19,314.65. That's for their construction administration and inspection services. Altogether, the sum of the invoices combined totals $181,617.80, of which are requested from the TIF funds.
Okay. Do we have a motion to approve resolution number 12?
I would make that motion.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Matt, can I ask a question?
Sure.
So that leaves an estimated balance of 240, 270, 104 for the entire project. Is that correct?
Yep, for the entire project. And also the project has now received substantial completion. So we may most likely only see 1 or 2 more pay estimates from the contractor, and then this one will be closed out.
So are you estimating like we're like 90% done or closer than that?
Probably.
With substantial completion, typically when that is issued, really all that remains are like punch list items. So I'm hesitant to say for sure without confirming with the engineer, but it's probably pretty fair to guess at least 90%.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And just one other item, their retainage is now at 2.5%. And, but there is still about $54,000 in retainage, and that kind of, that is held back to ensure that the contractor does in fact complete that punch list work.
Okay. Number 5, consideration of payment of resolution number 2 for the wastewater treatment plant disinfection project, Waste Sulphur Springs TIF project. Yes.
This will be the first resolution for this project since bids were open and the contract was awarded. So it does include pay estimate number 1 from Veratus Contracting, and this is for purchased materials. Their invoice is in the amount of $20,109.60. It also includes invoicing from E.L. Robinson for conducting the bidding, the amount of $10,500. Within the project, there was also budgeted for the purchase of personal safety equipment for those who work in the plant. That invoice totals $1,380. And then Region 4 went ahead and paid for the bid advertisement when the project went to bid. So we are seeking reimbursement for that expense in the amount of $422.96. Altogether, the invoices total $32,412.56, of which all funds are requested of the TIF.
Okay. Do we have any questions for Cassie before we move on?
Yeah, we do have a question, because the one item under equipment, when you said that it was for the workers, is that an issue, or has that been approved as an item for TIF funds to be used?
It was included in the budget.
Okay.
It's not like it was included in the final kind of post budget.
Okay. Just
And
wanted
it was
clarification.
budgeted at $1,800, but the invoice is for $1,380. So we actually went ahead and adjusted that line item down and moved the difference into construction contingency. So
Okay.
that's.
I think because
That's
it's
all
part of
right.
the project, and required for the project, that it probably isn't an issue, but just that clarification is helpful. Thank you.
Yes, sure. And if you need any more information, we're happy to run it down.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve resolution number 2?
I so move to approve resolution number 2 for the amount of $32,412.56.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, number 6, consideration of payment of draw request number 8 pertaining to the Greenbrier County Get Ready broadband project. And that is also under the White Sulphur Springs TIF.
And so Amanda had another obligation this morning, so I'm gonna do my best to present and answer any questions you may have. Resolution number 8 includes invoicing from CityNet in the amount of $57,851.03 for invoice number 6. Also CityNet invoice number 7 totaling $485,389.66. And also 2 invoices from Thompson and Litton. All told, the total of the resolution is $621,740.69. Only 25% of that total cost is requested of the TIP. The other 75% is requested of the Get Ready program. So that summarizes the bills that are outstanding at this time and the TIP funds that are required for such. But because the county has utilized the TIP funds on the front end of this project to pay for invoicing, the request overall asks for your 75 reimbursement of those expenses. So combined with this request, we're requesting that you be reimbursed for 75% of what you have paid to date, which totals $2,126,180.96. I hope that makes sense.
Yes, it does, and, I believe with the information that we had sent to Amanda, and if there needs to be any other discussion related to, receiving those funds back, just let us know. But yes, that is all accurate.
I know there was some discussion about where those funds should be deposited. Was that resolved, or would you like me to circle back to Amanda on that?
Well, we know where they're to be deposited, but just how, what the best method for the state is. So, if there are any questions we could also discuss it tomorrow, so that's not a problem.
Okay, that sounds great.
Okay,
I would make a motion for approval of the draw request, as presented.
okay. Motion's been made. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And we've got all the application, I'll sign that after the places.
Thanks, ladies.
Do you want us to make you host and leave the Zoom open, or do you anticipate anyone else will join virtually?
I don't look for anybody else to join. I'm just gonna close you down on this side. Thank you.
Same.
Thank you, thank you, Kate.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
See y'all. Okay, item number 7, consideration of funding request by Mountain Transit Authority for 2025-2026 fiscal year. Would you like to make that presentation?
I'm Tim Thomas, General Manager with Mountain Transit Authority. First of all, we want to thank you for your continued investment and being good community partners. Today with me is Michaela Gregory. She's going to be my new operations. She's been in another capacity, which one of the items I want to list is it's all because of her. But some of the exciting things we're doing, one of the first things we did was we extended the Western Greenbrier route to include Alderson to 5 days a week. That's been ongoing. It's pretty successful right now, but it's still a work in progress. But there's a lot of individuals, especially the elderly community, from Alderson Manor that needed transportation, that we were called into a special meeting with them and their management, and we've worked on that. And that will bring them into Lewisburg and meet with our White Sulphur Springs and Lewisburg routes, so they can go to their medical and shopping and other needs that they did. We're still continuing to work with the old school on the training. We're This current year, we started taking individuals to employment, training for employment and employment, plus people that are in recovery that needed work training. We started that with the help of the O School. Another thing, our container ridership is just blowing up to the roof, system, especially here in Greenborough County. Just here in Greenborough County alone through February of 2025, 26,000 plus boardings have been, and that's way up from last year. When I say plus, that's not including what we do under the state opioid recovery grant, which is kind of going away for us, but people going into recovery, we're still doing that here also. We're still doing a bus from Pocahontas County to bring people into shopping and medical services. That's on Mondays and Fridays. One of the good things we're doing now is we have a pilot program coming out of Monroe County that will bring individuals into the Greenborough County area for medical and shopping. That started on March 17th. One of the good things that Michaela, I challenged her is, in other counties and somewhere in Greenborough County, we lose contact with our driver, or with our buses because of dead spots. And I challenged her to go out and look for a vehicle tracking type system. So we have a, what do you call it? Promo type thing right now. It's getting ready to end, and we're going to go full force with it, where it's working by GPS. It knows where our bus is at all times in all of our counties, especially in Pocahontas County. But the good feature about it is we now see our driver. We will, when we fully implement it, our drivers will be live. So the buses will be live at some point, so we can check in on that. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? And that's exciting. That's why other people were coming out of the dark ages. MTA is. So we're excited about that. We're excited about our partnership with you guys and the continued investment and the confidence that, I've worked with Tammy more than the other two. And I'm so excited about what MTA is going to do in the future. One of the last things two things. We also started with the Medicare broker transportation with access to care and a place called Car Care, where people that are on Medicare that need to go to medical appointments during a broker system. And we go in and select, or they'll call us and say, hey, they're blowing us up too. We need drivers and we can't keep up with some of this stuff. But the SWORD grant is actually going away with this. We have more restrictions than we can meet. And it's not really beneficial for us to continue using that money. We're just going to use 5311 monies to provide that service. That's about a $300,000 loss for MTA and matching funds. So, but that's not your problem, it's my problem. But the last thing is this tracking system is phenomenal. But one thing that we've heard people want to go from, how do we get to Beckley? Well, we're going to do one thing. Eventually, it's a future plan that we're going to run a flex bus from Lewisburg or the Greenborough County area to Beckley. So that will allow you to meet at New River Transit, that's I'm going to call it the old Greyhound type. It's Barron's bus come in there. It's the intercity buses that go down Charlotte and also connect with our bus that we're going to implement to Flatwoods to I-79. So people can move out of state, or not move out of state, but go visit people out of state, go to colleges in Morgantown or down in Huntington or wherever. So that's a future plan that MTA is going to do, is put a flex bus on I-64 to Beckley to meet there, connect with New River Transit, and our bus will come in there and connect with Flatwood so they can go to Morgantown or go to Charleston, et cetera. That's future, pending on, hopefully, and pray that the state will give public transit additional monies that we've requested. But those are some exciting things that we're going to do. We've actually probably quadrupled our ridership since I've taken over. It's a team effort. It's not Tim Thomas, but you guys are a big part of that, and we thank you for that. So, have any questions?
You've also created a new line from Monroe County to Lewisburg too, correct? In the past month or so?
March 17th,
Okay.
yes. So we'll have bringing people in there. There was a huge need. They've done an awesome job on their studying. We're also going into Princeton. Once the county commission votes, we're going to move that to 5 days a week too. So we're only doing it 3 days a week.
So do you foresee, so you spoke about the SOAR grant and some of the grant funding that that is dissolving away. Do you foresee that with the loss of those funds, that there will be other opportunities to be able to continue those services?
Yeah, we're
Because
going
they're
to-
definitely much needed.
The SOAR money is much needed. I mean, that helps us tremendously do a lot of other things. But with the there's money there,
Okay,
but the state has put in restriction on the Transit Association, how we have to refer, if you have Medicaid, we have to send everything to the broker system. We do that, but we never get those trips back, and they're underserved. So we transport most of them, and when the people are not being served under 5311, because once we send it to the broker, we can bill our grant program under SOAR.
and your 5311 is federal?
It's federal and state, local. This is what this match here goes towards.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then, I haven't heard anything on a federal level regarding, decrease in funds, for transit or anything at this time. But, and I'm assuming that
No,
that's the
we-
case.
See, I was back the first part of being out of the office so much on travel. The first week of March, we went to a special session with the Community Transportation Association of America in DC. And their executive director pulled us aside and said that rural transit is not going to be cut.
Right.
Possibly some of the urban big cities will be cut, but not the rural system. So we're not expecting. The state of West Virginia has $53 million sitting in a pot that they have to spend, and they haven't applied for the last 2 years. So they have that money still being set. It's the local match that they're suffering because the state has decreased their local match that they give to us. That's the reason why we come to you guys and ask for an extra match, so we can pull that out of federal money.
And then, so one other final question. I know that you reach out to all local governments.
Correct.
Do you mind sharing just a percentage or an estimate of matches that may come from other local governments within the county?
I forget even how much I've even asked for you guys, but for example, the city, I think they're giving 5,000. Ronsford has not given us anything in the last 2 years. White Sulphur is, I'm gonna say 2,500, 3,000. Alderson, I think they went up to 800 to 1,000. That's maybe good.
Yeah, I don't.
Other counties, I can give you those numbers. But
Right.
It's not,
Right.
if you want to know that.
No, it's all right. I knew that there were more than
There
likely
is.
some of the other local smaller municipalities
Yeah, Rupert and Rainier.
are requested, but then you don't necessarily get those
Right.
funds. And, I for one recognize the significance of what it's done on the western end of the county, and we've tried it several
Yeah,
times,
yes,
and it hasn't worked, but this one caught on, so,
Yes.
I'm really pleased about that. And, I think the, promotion of the Medicare and Medicaid
Yes.
could probably be, significantly increased to be
Right.
able to get even more riders, but then that would also cause you an issue because you don't necessarily have the drivers for
Right.
that. But I know that need is significant.
We actually have like 8 drivers in Greenbrier County now. When we first started, I think we only had 3.
Right.
So that's included the 2, the add-ons plus medical drivers.
Mhm.
And we're working with Workforce West Virginia to bring some other individuals. We can actually use 10 to 12 drivers just like this, and we can keep it busy.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's really, really crazy out there, the need for transportation.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I've noticed, like you say, an increase in traffic. I see the MTA buses much. I've noticed it this spring even, how much more I see and meet those vehicles on the road and traveling around. So it's, I think the usage and the amount of people I see on the buses is increased. So
It is.
we know it is a needed resource in the county. So.
And also, we appreciate your cooperation and being able to work with us. That this year was a major help for us with the project with the Meadow River Trail,
Yes.
and we really appreciate the cooperation
Well, we appreciate
with
you.
that.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we have a motion to approve the request. Is that a real-
So how much was the funding request? I didn't-
10,000.
10,000.
I make a motion to approve the funding request from Mountain Transit Authority in the amount of $10,000 for the 25-26 fiscal year.
Okay, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much. We appreciate you being here.
No problem. Thank you.
Have a great day.
I'll get you the letter.
You too.
Thank you.
Okay, number 8. Consideration of request by the Commission's outside counsel for the voluntary dismissal of certain defendants from the opioid litigation before Judge Bailey in the United States District Court of Northern District of West Virginia, Wheeling, civil action number 524-CV-124. And there's a number of people listed there. So we have a discussion or a motion to approve dismissal of these defendants.
I would make the motion, and as it's presented, but I would also I would like to make a change in that because we have been notified that there was the parent company of all of these entities was failed to be included in the original information that was sent to us, and the council has sent this information to us. Or the opioid council has sent the information to us to include the parent company, which is United Health Group Incorporated. And so along with the Optum Health Networks, Optum Perks, Optum Inc., Optum Healthcare Solutions, LLC, Optum Health Holdings, LLC, Optum Insight Life Sciences Incorporated, Optum Insight Inc., Optum Rx Discount Card Services LLC, Optum Rx Discount Card Services LLC, and Optum Rx Inc. So I would make the motion with the inclusion of the parent company of United Health Group Incorporated for dismissal of those defendants, voluntary dismissal of those defendants.
Okay, got a motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Robin, I'll get you the updated info.
Okay.
Consideration of effective date for implementation of the amended E911 ordinance adopted March 25th, 2025.
I do not have, I know that council needed to speak with Dean Meadows with the state, and we have not received information back regarding that. So at this time, I would make a motion to table this until our following meeting to be able to get that effective date for those fees.
Okay, got a motion to hold this over to our next meeting. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, the only thing left is we have to announce that announcement of open request for proposals for emergency communication 911 tower mowing and HVAC maintenance at our various tower sites around the county.
I don't know if Dawn wants
Dawn, you
to
wanna-
add anything to
Sure.
that, share some information related to that.
Sure. So all of our tower sites, a lot of them have gravel, but some of them have grass and shrubs, and there's some access roads that have grass and shrubs along them. So in order to keep them accessible for services, we felt it prudent to hire a professional company to do that rather than having Jordan and I do it as we did last year. So, and then the second request for proposal is for services for the HVAC units at all of those tower sites. As you know, we have very expensive equipment in those shelters, and they need to be maintained at a constant range of temperature. So we feel it important to have regular maintenance of those items twice a year to ensure their viability throughout the year. So those are the reasons for the two proposals. And those are things we also talked about in our budget meetings. They are budgeted for, so we should be in pretty good shape. Pending what we receive.
Do you have a date to have these?
It would be, I don't have my
May the
date.
5th?
Yeah, it's that
Very-
Friday, and I'm gonna be sending the ads to the paper, today, now that we've got that kind of squared away. We talked about it yesterday, and I'm gonna have it added also to our website. So the RFP bid packages will be there, so if they want any kind of, details, they can pull it off there. They could probably also call the emergency management office, and Tracy can send it out to them too, so, either
I think it's
or.
the Thursday or Friday before the.
It's the
first
Friday.
commission and the meeting and that.
It's that Friday by 4 o'clock, I think is what she put on there, so we could get it in.
Yeah, so now you can look on our website or we'll see it in the paper advertised.
We'll have the bid or the bid stuff, the bid specs will be on our website. The advertisement will go into the paper with some details on how to find the bid package.
We'll have it on our social media.
Yes.
All right, great.
Okay, we have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And it is 10:48. Give me a second. I'll get all these things turned off. And this one.